Task 1. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how do they represent social groups or issues? In this PowerPoint, I will be analysing and comparing the music video website and digipack that me and my group have made to similar products and artists. These artists and products will correlate to the hip-hop rap genre to the song we used, which is You Don't Know by Loyal Kana. I will be discussing how our product has challenged conventions and what the representations we have used mean. Conventions are different elements such as sound, camera, editing and mise-en-scène that help to construct or suggest meaning in a media product. Representations are the way certain people or groups or even environments are chosen to be portrayed and stereotyped through the use of conventions in media products. Chronic Sunshine is a song by Cosmo Pike, who is a similar young male artist within the rap hip-hop genre. In his video for this song, he has used a lot of similar technical conventions with the use of camera. As you can see in the two GIFs I have made, there are many similar elements such as the use of close-ups on the two artists' faces. This is used to help establish themselves as an artist to the audience, using direct address which helps them to connect their emotion to the soundtrack. In both our video and Cosmo Pike's, they have a band, even though they are solo artists, but they have used them for the vibe and aesthetic of the song and video. Cosmo Pike isn't a mainstream artist that would be played all over the radio, and Chronic Sunshine was one of his first music videos, so he's used a lot of close-up shots where he is in the centre of attention, so he can establish himself separately from the band and anyone else in the video, which we have tried to do with Jacob in our video too, so we can establish him as an artist. Another convention used in both Cosmo Pike's Chronic Sunshine video and our own, and is something that is common in many other artists' videos, such as Rapper H's video to his song Make It Shake, is when the artist is standing somewhere that is residential or in the streets, which is where they would usually hang out and have their friends standing around them. This tells the audience a bit about where they are from and who they are, and makes them feel like they are forming a more intimate connection to the artist. The camera is normally used as handheld when taking these shots, which makes the video look a little less professional and gives a shaking effect, which helps the audience to think they are making these videos for fun and because they love what they are doing rather than for the financial benefit. Also, these young male British rappers like to portray an image of themselves which is more humble and down to earth, which is what we have tried to do with Jacob in our video by having him hang around where he is from. A technical convention that we used when editing our video was using the Super 8 filter as an overlay that gave our video a vintage effect and retro theme. This added black letterboxes around the screen which helped change the aspect ratio and made the dimensions of our video look smaller. This retro theme and grainy effect is used by many rappers to help their videos have more of an edge and give more of a film-like effect rather than what would be expected from a conventional rapper's music video. Using this retro theme can break the mold from the conventional rap videos, as it's not what you would expect from a young male rapper, who would usually try and make themselves look as cool as possible rather than artsy and less modern. This vintage effect is a current trend in all type of media, such as photography, videos and art. The lighting in our video was artificial and consisted of neon-coloured lights with the rest of the environment being quite dark or dimly lit. This is something that is often used in rappers' videos, and in this slide I have compared the use of lighting in our video to ASAP Rocky's video, The Kids Turned Out Fine. In our video we have used the lights from under a canal, whereas in the lighting in ASAP Rocky's video has been created using lights in a studio. Using this type of lighting creates an atmosphere that is party-like and shows off their lifestyle of late night life. This type of lighting could also be associated with drug connotations, as when you take drugs such as LSD, you see light and colours more bright and vibrant. This also relates to an urban city lifestyle, as the lights are more synthetic rather than natural. This lighting fits with the stereotypical image that young male rappers portray, as we think of them as living the party lifestyle which we expect to include drugs and alcohol, and the majority of the time they will be in a city environment rather than somewhere in the countryside. One of the settings we had in our video, which is conventional to rap videos, was a party scene where we had our lead rapper singing whilst all the action was going on around him. A video that has a similar aesthetic to this is ASAP Rocky's video Lovesick. This type of setting again enhances the urban theme and mirrors the type of environment we would expect young male rappers to be in, surrounded by other young people with drugs and alcohol. The party environment gives audiences an example of their lifestyle and what they spend their time doing. By both of the characters in these videos sitting in the foreground of the environment, staring straight into the camera whilst everyone else is going on around them, it helps the audience feel more connected to the artist, as it is a more private experience, and it also makes them think that the artist is isolated from their surroundings. When it came to making the digipack, we looked at many other rap artists' album covers, and something that stood out to me was the frequent use of the colour red. Below, I've got our album cover compared to 3 other rap artists/groups, and you can see that on the cover of all of them, there is a picture of the artist and the use of the colour red in some way. I think they use this colour not only because it is eye-catching, but also because for some American rappers it represents their association to certain gangs. The colour red also represents blood and danger, which is prominent on 50 Cent's album cover, with the bullet hit coming out of him. Something that we used that broke the mould on the front of our album cover was that we have their album name first, which is slightly bigger, and then the artist name, which is not common, but we did it because we thought it looked better. But you can see on the other artists' album covers that the names are represented all in different ways. We kept the structure on our digipack the same as you would usually expect it to be. We found examples of what would usually be on the back of other rappers' albums, and we tried to replicate the layout to help our digipack look more realistic. We added elements such as the track list, the record label's logo, and the rights to the music, which were the 3 things we found on the back of every album we looked at. We also found that on the back of some of the album covers, there was the name of the album, so we also decided to add that in. The barcode was also an element that was on a lot of the album covers, so we also used this. The legal copyright notice is something that is put on all album covers in small print, and it is not something that audiences are really aware of, but it needs to be there for institutional reasons. We found and used the one on our digipack that was from the record label we were using. Something that I thought would suit the image that we were trying to give our artist was a strong British feel to give audiences a sense of where he is from and get to know him better, and this is something that we were able to show through the website. I got the inspiration for this idea from Slowtive's website, who has a similar theme on his own. We did this on ours by taking a video of Jacob, our artist, walking through some streets in London that looked residential or could be places that he might go to hang out. In our video, we used many common themes and elements used by other artists in the hip-hop rap genre. Ethnicity is a prominent element associated with these young male rappers, and the way they are perceived can be based on the colour of their skin. A common negative stereotype in the media is that black men can be dangerous and a threat, and the reason this is such a powerful stereotype is because it is something that has been going through the media for years and has been repeated in multiple headlines. We gave this stereotype to our artist by having footage of him on a CCTV camera, which by having the security cameras, it was as if we were watching him through those to check for suspicious activity. We looked at many other artists' websites when making our own to get an idea of what we needed to include in ours and to see if there were any typical conventions that artists used within our genre. What we found was that in all of the artists' websites they had the cover of their latest track or album and then had pages with tour dates and sites where you could buy the tickets and merchandise products that they had on sale. We recreated these elements on our own website and also added a page which not all artists had, which had the vinyl and online copies of the album for sale. We added some videos that we took of Jacob as well to add further to his star image, as the audience could get to know him better and have more of a feel for him from these.